Hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Test Chamber. I'm your fill-in host, Jeff Cork, joined today by Bryan Vore.
Yo.
Kyle Hilliard.
Hey, it's me, Kyle.
On the sticks, Kyle. We're doing Halo 4, the campaign. We've already done a little multiplayer. That was a resounding success.
Yeah, I
Kyle,
did really well.
Superstar.
Doesn't look like the
I'll see if you can take on some AI here. So where are we, Kyle, in the campaign?
This is the second level. There's actually like a cutscene prologue, and then there's a level of you sort of waking up, and then some stuff happens that you can find out yourself, and you crash on this crazy planet.
Tell us who the main character is, Kyle.
You play as Master Chief. He's
Excellent.
half man, half robot, all badass.
And his gimmick is he takes his mask off a lot, right?
Yeah,
That's his-
always.
Okay.
Every
He's
time
like
he talks.
Stallone, Judge Dredd.
Yeah. It's like the guy on CSI Miami.
Are Spartans robotic, or do they just have outer suits?
I always thought they were cyborgs, like straight on, full on cyborgs.
They're like augmented humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have remember in Dark Knight Rises, Bruce Wayne had the crazy contraption on his leg. I think Master Chief just basically has a ton of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Independent of his suit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Which we'll never know. So
I think you have to read novels.
We'll never know
to learn these
how
things.
powerful he is without, if he's actually tough without the suit on.
Yeah, he might be. Maybe he's like those aliens in Mass Effect.
Can he jump as high without the suit? That's the
Yeah.
question.
So this part's cool. Sorry to cut you off, Jeff.
That's
but
fine. I wasn't going anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, this makes me squint.
Yeah, I just this really kind of reminds me of the original Halo, like landing on the Halo planet. It's like a nice way to be like, oh, this is real. This stuff's happening here.
There's some sweet concept art. This is like one of the first pieces of concept art they released of the game. So when seeing that again, I was like, that's what that business is.
Still in one piece.
Always love that he can flip the
Nice to see your
warthogs.
luck is holding out.
Oop. We're gonna do some driving.
All right.
Take a nice little stroll. You know what this planet is called, Brian? I'm not even sure what that name is.
Requiem.
Requiem. Okay.
Just think Requiem for a Dream every time you play this.
I would prefer to not think of the film as often as possible.
And this is kind of a departure from previous Halo games. There are no enemies. So it's just
Yeah,
kind
you
of a
rarely
warthog
fight.
open world.
Yeah. Just doing some tricks.
Wow.
No one around. If no one sees you terribly wipe out, did it actually happen?
That's a good question.
That looked like it was on purpose to me. I don't know.
This is like the ending of most Halo games, actually.
Yeah.
The warthog escape.
It'd be this, but then there'd be some like explosions that don't
And just
affect you in any way.
grunts everywhere, just getting it stuck in the treads and up under the, like you have to get out and pull grunts out from under the axles everywhere. There are some enemies coming up.
Okay, because I really would like to see them.
Okay. I'm almost as good at multiplayer as I am at driving warthog, clearly.
To be fair, warthogs can be a little fickle.
And I am playing against developers.
Yes, absolutely.
Chief, I'm hearing that strange signal.
Yeah, single player I guess is one just big.
Stronger this time.
Yeah, it's just you're playing against
Battle
developers
against
the whole
developers.
time.
Yeah. Though actually,
Its behavior is
well, I was gonna say something else, but I'd rather go in this direction. Where
Hey!
Hey, grunts.
is there anything more of a bummer than driving a warthog without anyone else around? Like that gun on the top, just unused when it could be destroying countless enemies.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so sad.
Oh, come on.
It's like
get
the
out of
empty
there.
chair
There we
across
go.
from you when you're at a restaurant by yourself.
Again.
Again,
Or the chairs next to you when you go to a movie by yourself.
yeah.
Table for one. At least you're in the dark, so
Yeah. And you put your coat in that chair.
That's right.
pretend like you're saving it for someone.
So these are some grunts. You've seen those before. We're just talking about them. Some jackals. Run over those guys.
So there's like a whole new batch of enemies, too.
Yeah, but we're not going to see them probably in this test chamber. But I promise they're very cool.
Yeah?
And much more interesting than the Covenant, actually, I find. I'm getting kind of tired of fighting these guys.
Yeah.
They're kind of everything over across the board has been improved this time around. I mean, the aliens don't really speak English anymore. Kind of like their little Covenant language now.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Because that's the worst.
Yeah.
I can't jump over the thing.
Or
What
like
the
grunts
hell?
would be
There
like,
we go.
"Oh, you need an attitude adjustment." Oh, man.
Exactly.
It's like cute little phrases. You can't understand them anymore.
Okay, good.
These are kind of like a zealot offshoot, I believe, of the whole
If we're going to
Covenant
hijack a
force.
ship from these Covenants, we're going to have to find where they're
I think they
landing
believe
first.
some kind of.
I don't suppose you have a plan for
I think they. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not
Always
with the
ask
prophets and the Halo rings and
Asking
trying to
is
get
not
rid of
my
the flood, I
strong
guess,
suit.
right? Like they're doing their
Yeah.
own thing out
They
here in
didn't
the
do
middle
like
of nowhere.
the truce with the humans, like the rest of the
Hmm.
guys did.
I'm not gonna lie, I find Halo confusing.
The
I'm not
storyline
used to
Yeah.
riding on riding solo without Miller to
to tell us what's
tell
going
us
on in the
what's
story.
actually happening. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel fully confident. But I do feel this game, play through the whole thing, most digestible of all the Halo stories. They actually try to explain things in a good way, and it's a focused story focusing on Chief and Cortana.
Yeah, it's not as broad as it was in the past, where it's kind of like all about, you know, the fate of humanity and like the Covenant and how their what their actions are going to do to the human race. It's more like you have this, like you just got to fix Cortana, like that's your goal. You know what I mean?
We were talking about this earlier, Kyle. Remember that dopey jellyfish?
Yeah.
That was a really weird deal.
In ODST, yeah, I don't even remember what that guy was. I just remember thinking he was kind of dumb. Like he was like this really smart jellyfish that was also a computer program or something.
Yeah,
Oh.
he needed to get to the place.
Hanging out with Nathan Fillion, right?
Yeah, he was just there, right? Just kinda,
He didn't talk. He was just like, "Help me! I'm being
That's talking.
killed or something." Clearly, I have a really good grasp on what happened in ODST. I remember. Oh man. Actually, I remember really getting into Halo 1's kind of narrative because it was mostly straightforward. Because it was
Right.
kind of the sort of twist came that there was more than one alien race, which was kind of cool to see them duke it out, and you were just kind of caught in the middle. And that even happens a little bit here because you kind of run into the Prometheans and the Forerunners, and they're fighting the Covenant.
We don't.
And you're just kind of trying to make your way through sometimes.
In the flood, they are not in this game.
I don't think so. I haven't encountered them. Well, you beat the game, right, Brian? You didn't encounter the flood in the single player, right?
All right. If you don't want to know, cover your ears for 10 seconds. The Flood do not show up in the single-player campaign, but they are present in multiplayer
Right.
for the zombie-type mode.
Which is very cool.
End of
Oh,
spoilers.
God. Oh god.
But the Prometheans, I think, fill in.
I was out of ammo. Sorry, I don't. I got really excited about
I think
not
that's
having ammo.
worth bringing up, Kyle. The guns in this game do not hold a lot of bullets.
Yeah, by design. They really want you to keep throwing down guns. But it sucks because I'll find a weapon I like and I try to hold onto it and use up all the ammo, but the game really just wants you to drop stuff as soon as you pick it up.
Like this pistol you have can never be reloaded. It's only going to go down from here.
In fact, I should probably... You see, I should probably even leave and try to find some stuff because that guy with the sword is going to pop up again and he's going to ruin my day.
Yeah.
You've got
it's-
some. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, you got some persistent leveling between the campaign and single player too, right?
No.
Oh, that's for the Halo Ops or whatever they call it.
Yeah, there's the Spartan Ops, which is
I always want to call it Spec Ops, which again,
I don't know why you do that.
off message.
That can be played single player or co-op,
That elite dropped his
locally
camera
or online.
module. Let's
Yeah.
have a
Very
look.
flexible mode. Episodic. The first wave of 5 levels.
I'll run a soft patch
First
to it for
episode
the suit.
is
Never know
out
what might come
now
in handy.
every week.
Yep.
I believe for 5 weeks total. There'll be new things there, but those carry across your multiplayer. So if you just
There's
want to do
that
co-op
phantom
and
signal.
don't want to shoot other guys,
Right.
That shadow.
you can just you can still level up your guy, get new armor, unlock different loadouts, things like that, and you don't have to shoot one other player if you don't want.
I wondered when they'd
Nice.
show up.
Yeah, that was dumb of me because obviously Master Chief is one dude, not a guy of many guys.
Well, when you play
No.
the co-op on the campaign, there are other Master Chiefs inexplicably show up, right? Just like in the original Halo.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to actually get some stuff from this. There are actually,
Chief, a
you know,
console in the
challenges. I don't know if from previous Halos, there are challenges within the campaign that if you complete them, I believe they fulfill your experience. But nothing like just beating a level. You don't just automatically get experience from just beating a level.
Here's another spoiler. You see a lot of Master Chief's hand in this one.
There it is.
He likes to push buttons.
He presses
with his
so many of
fingers.
those buttons.
Site cartographer.
So what are you doing right now, Kyle?
Okay.
We
In
are,
service of
me and
Forerunner
Cortana, we're
Shield,
hanging out. We're having a good time. We're on Requiem.
At least we
And
know
we
where
are getting a
Let's see if
message
you can tell us if
from
the
a
capture
human
is
ship, and we're trying to isolate it, I believe, by pressing switches with our hands.
I don't know. It locked up.
And yeah, so now I have to press switches
I'm
so that I
detecting
can
power
repress that
fluctuations
switch
in
over
several
there.
locations.
There's a lot
I'll put them up
of
for you.
button pressing in this game. Moving from one
Hopefully we
point
can
to press a
find some
button,
way to get this
and then
cartographer back
moving to
online.
another point to press a button. Or in some cases, you're destroying an object instead of pushing a button in order to activate another button. So,
That's fun.
see, here's
When you
the
say
button.
it like that, Kyle, it doesn't sound very cool.
Yeah, you got to put the context around it.
Yeah.
You didn't say there's like a sweet light bridge to get there.
Yeah.
What's it doing?
It's all right.
It's okay.
Almost missed my ride
Energy is
there.
actually
supposed
a
to write that down, I
ferroelectric
think.
data field.
Really?
No? Yes? No?
I'm
Your
going to the other
shields are
button
just
over there.
cycling
Alright.
in response to the chamber's
Button time,
charge.
man.
Will this
I want
bring
to
the
say
cartographer back
that this
online?
game looks pretty great.
Partially.
Oh yeah.
Graphically,
This type of
they redid
process
all the guns
usually
and the
works in
sound,
parallel.
and
We'll have to locate its twin.
the environments look great. They even, the faces, which have been a problem at times in Halo's history.
Oh yeah.
look
Faces have
fantastic.
been rough in the past, but they look they look great here. Yeah.
Especially the prologue video. I thought that especially is a strong way to start out
What happened?
the game
I don't
and just
know.
saying like,
It locked up.
look, we got human emotion and
Detecting power
Master
fluctuations
Chief.
in
dialogue and
several
stuff going
Our
on.
eyebrows
I'll put them up
look
for you.
like humans' eyebrows should look. That's what I got from the
Hopefully we can find
opening of
some
the
way to
game.
get this cartographer
Yeah.
back online.
So I died again, or I died for the first time actually. I didn't die again. I died once.
What do you think about the? The classic weapons. I found a lot of them felt almost new and more powerful than they have in the past.
What's it doing?
Even though the
It's all right.
ammo
energy
is
is
the ammo
actually
count's
a
not very high,
ferroelectric
but stuff
data
like the
field.
needler like you have now
Your shields
is
are just
actually quite
cycling in
useful.
response to the chamber's charge.
Yeah, I used to actually play
Will this bring the
a game
cartographer
like when I would play multiplayer, where it wasn't necessarily like who could win, but who could get a kill with the needler. Because in the past, the needler has been hard to use and kind of weak. But now it feels really good. Like it feels much stronger.
Like you get 4 or 5 shots in a guy, and then they do that explosion, and that really just takes care of people.
Now, how's the pistol?
The pistol is not as powerful as it was in Halo 1. It'll never be that powerful again.
Right.
But it feels pretty good. You know, you have the zoom on it, which is nice. Because they kind of will take that away and give it back to you throughout the Halo years.
Is that the same signal?
I like having that casual zoom
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
because
UNSC
you know,
AI
if you're-
Cortana to infinity.
a lot of
Please
default.
respond.
It seems like a lot of default stuff you're given, loadouts you're given. You start with the assault rifle, which doesn't have a lot of range on it,
The infinity has to
but
be
you'll
close by.
come to like start off on a big canyon,
The cartographer
and
should
it's
be
nice
back
to get that
online.
magnum zoom on there and just get
Maybe
some
you'll
headshots,
use it to
take out some guys from
practice
afar.
At least get a couple headshots out.
So have you guys run into any celebrity cameos like David Cross? Anything going on like that?
David Cross's
I don't think.
or Bob Odenkirk's.
Oh, I couldn't find them, but I saw in the credits that Conan O'Brien and I believe Andy Richter did make it actually into the game.
Oh yeah, because there was that video a few months ago of them recording dialogue for the grunts or something like that.
Yeah, you're like, they make it seem like, they're being totally wacky. So you're just like, well, they're just doing a bit. But I think they're actually in the game somewhere, and I'm sure people have found it. So I should really double check on that. But they were supposed to be just 2 like Marines, in like a warehouse, like moving boxes around. So they just talk about boxes a lot. So keep an eye out for them, and if you know where they are, post in the comments.
All right. So real quick, wrapping up, where do you feel like the scale of and scope of this thing is? I mean, is this probably the most ambitious one? Do you feel like you're a little guy in a huge world, Brian?
Yeah, I think 343 really nailed the major tenets of Bungie's Halo and kind of made a few new things their own. Certainly with the Prometheans and the new Promethean weapons, they're able to branch out and also still keep the classic Halo feel with some of these Covenant. And it could be like the best single game story, I think, as far as campaign. Since we're talking campaign in this episode.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to playing more of it with others now that it's out and more people can have access to it.
That's it. Now
Excellent.
quick, to
Well,
the
Kyle, I'm very
control
proud of you. You've only died a couple times.
Yeah.
And
Push this button.
yeah, I feel like you can watch our Halo 4 multiplayer test chamber, which I think you were robbed several times. A lot of fundamentally unfair things happened to you. So I think this is kind of a little easier,
Thanks, Jeff.
better balance.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you tuning in to Test Chamber. Thanks again, Brian and Kyle.
Transmission is coming from
Thank you, sir.
everywhere on the
Yeah, you're
Thank you,
supposed to
Brian.
say
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks,
You're welcome.
Jason.
Yeah.
Thanks, Halo people.
All right. Well, thanks for
Don't
tuning
forget
in.
to vote. What, yesterday or earlier today? I don't know.
At some point.
Whenever this video
Don't
goes up.
timestamp it,
Our
Kyle.
chronology's all messed up. All right. Well,
Has
see you
one
soon.
layer of the planet's surface. It's not crazy to think that someone else made it deeper inside.